Alright guys, old Joe needs some starting fluid. I'm gonna run in town, get me a Mountain Dew. Once I come back, we'll discuss the Cheep Jeep. You see I got a lot of work done this morning. Talk to you in a minute. The old girl made her back from town. We both got a little liquid refreshment. She's running stronger. Hopefully I am too. The Cheep Jeep, as you can see, is finally in primer. Most of all the actual body work is finally done. As you guys know though, you kind of put this first coat of sandable primer on. You kind of see the areas that you thought were fixed good that maybe weren't so much, and the areas that you thought might kind of look like ass turn out not to be too bad. These Jeep bumps are kind of where I had the biggest issue. I had to bring my welds right up to them. I should have probably just cut it out and welded new metal above them, but I was bound and determined to save them. It's done nothing but cost me work, but the basic plan is here now. Like I said, it didn't turn out too bad. Everything pretty well looks mostly good. I said, you know, the Jeep bump, and each door's got like a little spot right above it where I need to fix just a little bit better. But other than that, I think it's turning out pretty good. Now, this is a epoxy sandable primer, and they say 3 hours it's ready to sand. I'm going to let this set all day just because it's humid today, and I would rather just let it sit there and do its thing, and I'll sand on it tomorrow and fix these little areas that I'm not happy. You can kind of see, you know, maybe the hood could use a little squaring up on some of the lines. But other than that, like I said, I think she's turning out. I'll kind of throw some pictures up of the process after this and where I've been so far. I think probably some of you have seen bits and pieces of it. I don't know if I've ever put a whole thing together. In case you don't know, the Cheep Jeep was actually a dumb purchase on my part. I bought it sight unseen, and I bought it because I'd built a little Suzuki Samurai several years ago that I actually loved, and it blew a head gasket, and I was busy at the time, and it had sat in the front of the house for a couple weeks. Some kid came up with cash, and I sold it to him, and I regretted it from the time I watched it go down the road. I think we've all been there once or twice. So I got it in my head that I wanted a Jeep, and I wasn't willing to pay 40 grand for one. Somebody, you know, a friend of mine got on Facebook, or is on Facebook, I guess, with somebody that had this for sale. Needed money, you know, she was driving it back and forth to work 30 some miles every day. I kind of figured, how bad can it actually be? Well, when I went to pick it up, I found out how bad could it actually be when the frame wells were rotted out bad enough that the transmission was falling out of it. I had my gal take me to go pick it up. We had her car. I didn't have a truck, didn't have a trailer. So I drove the damn thing home, and by the time I got home, it had come down far enough you didn't have second or fourth. So the frame I repaired, and you can kind of see a little bit here where I put in some new metal. Had another spot, there it is, on the spring hanger that was not good. Replaced a lot of that. Got it so I could drive it, have a good time. Drove it for probably a little over a year before I really did anything else to it. And then decided I always wanted a flat fender Jeep. I would make one. So the fenders got cut up and converted into flat fenders. I have some pictures of that. That is like a kit that I bought on eBay. It came with a pre-bent tube and 2 pieces of metal for each side. It turned out pretty neat. And once that was done, I thought, what the heck? I just want to paint the rest of it, make it so it looks pretty decent. And that's kind of where we are today. So plan is get this scuffed down. I'll probably start on that tomorrow. Like I said, it's, what time is it? Almost 1 o'clock, 20 till. It's 90 some degrees. The humidity is way up there. So I'm just going to let this sit here and bake. I think my next plan is maybe to blow some of the dust off the scooter. I can either clean it off or blow it off going down the road. I guess you'll know what option we'll choose there. And then just kind of let that sit today, and I'll start on the sanding and cleaning up tomorrow and kind of get some of them areas that I'm not exactly happy with taken care of. And with a 4-day weekend coming up this weekend, I'm kind of hoping maybe to have it painted this year, listen to me, by the end of this week. I'll keep you updated. I'll try and kind of get some pictures of the process. I got some I'll lump in here somewhere. And you guys have a good day.